Japan existed only as a concept to me. Anime, samurai, bullet trains, sushi, ramen. We think we know it, but it is a nation that has reinvented itself multiple times. From the neon lights of Tokyo to the quiet streets of Kyoto, there is a lot coming. So fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because this is Solo in Japan.
This is the final call for ANA.
There is a quote that says, if you have the power to eat alone in a restaurant, then you can do anything in your life. I used to think that sounded a little dramatic until I realized how much courage there actually is in being alone with yourself. And that's exactly how this journey began. Airports are one of those few places where different worlds briefly coexist. Different passports, languages, politics. As a political analyst, I spend so much of my time thinking about borders, nations, power structures. But travel has a strange way of humanizing all of it, and that's why I love every bit of it. And before I knew it, I was walking through Tokyo airport trying to take in the fact that I had finally made it to Japan, baby. Suddenly, I noticed this little thread my mom tied on my bag. If you're Indian, you know what it is. Small expressions of love. Tokyo welcomed me with a beautiful rainy morning. After spending a good minute admiring the rain, it was time to drag my bags. I reminded myself it's not my first time. I've lived abroad in 2 different countries, so I got this. After 14 hours of traveling and checking in hotel at 8 a.m., I knew exactly what I needed.
Turn it up, don't turn it off. Turn me round, put me in my place.
There was no time to rest. I got dressed to go to Sushi Tech. Not the kind of sushi you might be thinking, but Sushi Tech conference, the whole reason I came to Japan for in the first place.
There's a record spinning in my mind, with scratches on the B-side. You're a record spinning in my mind.
At this point, I was so exhausted and absolutely famished. So, naturally, my first meal in Japan was, of course, ramen. Then, the city changed gears. The sun went down, and Tokyo I had been waiting for finally appeared. Neon lights, giant screens, more people than I could have imagined. This was the Tokyo I had seen in the movies. For a moment, I felt lost. The city isn't just busy, it was almost hypnotic. It was the kind of sensory overload that should have made me more tired. Yet, I felt more energized than ever.
We could dance all night. Whoa, at the end of time. We could do tonight again. Even in another lifetime.
I spotted Mega Don Quixote and I could not resist. Several floors packed with things you'd need, things you definitely don't need. It was overwhelming. I spent 2 hours in this rabbit hole and made it to the checklist, only to realize I forgot my passport. One thing you should never forget in Japan: no passport, no tax free shopping. So I did a walk of shame back to the hotel processing Tokyo, and this was just the day one. The next morning, I woke up to a big problem. I accidentally locked my suitcase and forgot the codes. This was too much when I was already running late. After trying everything that I could possibly think of, I headed to reception for help. Then, different tools were tried, ideas were discussed, and finally, a screwdriver saved the day. Huge thanks to these lovely, super sweet, graphy staff for helping me. After that adrenaline rush, I decided to slow down, grab a well deserved coffee, and simply stop rushing.
Sun is falling, speed in the black. Nobody driving, we're in the back. To the end of the world. Clouds will rise, tides will fall with the gravity of you. To the end of the world.
Architect Torjiho from Malaysia! Congratulations!
It was time for the most awaited activity of my Tokyo trip. And ladies and gentlemen, you are not ready for this. Oh my god, what an experience. As someone who grew up absolutely loving Tokyo Drift, this was such a dream come true. I was so happy and jolly and in my moment, and suddenly, kids, that's how I met your aunt.
When my dance on, I might just fall in love. I know the DJ. Oh wait, this is such boring. Me and you ever learn to show you. Every single moment has led up to this one.
It was almost midnight when we got back to the city. But luckily, this is Tokyo, a city that never sleeps and has perfect solution for midnight cravings, which is the iconic Ichiran. Ichiran got popularized for its solo dining and customizable ramen. In India and Europe, sitting alone at a restaurant can feel unusual. Dining is a social concept. In Japan, it's completely normal, and places like Ichiran are built around that idea.
食券お持ちでしょうか? Do you have a ticket?
There. Arigato gozaimasu.
It's too spicy.
I'm Indian, bro. I think I can handle some spice. On that note, after 2 days of late nights and non stop energy, I was looking to spend a quiet morning on my last day in Tokyo. And I know just the perfect place for that. Just 20 minutes walk from Shibuya crossing, there exists this completely different world. It's almost surreal that a place this quiet can be in the heart of a city. This is Meiji Shrine, one of the most visited shrines in Japan, dedicated to Emperor Meiji and Emperor Shokin, who led Japan's modernization. 100,000 trees were donated from across Japan and planted here by young volunteers, intentionally designed to grow into a deep, peaceful sanctuary. I came across these wooden plaques called Emma. Visitors write down their wishes and hopes and leave them behind, believing that their hopes will be carried to the gods. Standing there, far from home, reading the hopes of complete strangers, it felt strangely comforting. I had been thinking a lot that morning about solo travel, the freedom of it, but also how nice it would have been to share moments like this with friends or family. So I wrote a message of my own and left it behind, adding one more small hope to thousands of others. Followed by peaceful afternoon was some chaos.
The Odakyu line, the Keio line, the Marunouchi subway line, the Shinjuku subway line, and the Oedo subway line.
I had been warned about the busyness of Shinjuku metro station. But I thought I'd witnessed Rajiv Chowk. How bad can it be? I'm used to it. But man, oh man, when I tell you it was overwhelming, it's an understatement. Shinjuku Station is the busiest railway station on the planet, with over 3.5 million passengers traveling every day. Endless platforms, countless exits, underground passageways, shopping areas, office workers rushing in every direction. Oh my god, it felt like a labyrinth. I was so confused, so lost, so overwhelmed. I had already spent 20 minutes trying to find the exit. I was losing it. But finally, I found the escape. And it felt like such an achievement. I was so happy to see the normal life back. I finally reached the Tokyo Metropolitan Government building, the city's fifth largest structure with a completely free observation deck. The wait was surprisingly short, barely 10 minutes in the queue, and soon I was on the 45th floor, looking out over Tokyo. And wow. Standing there, I realized how enormous the city really is. Tokyo is the largest metropolitan area on earth. I finally understood the sheer scale of this place. It was like seeing the whole picture, and everything made sense in that moment. So, eating alone at a restaurant or solo traveling is not always easy. But if you wait for someone to come along, you will wait forever. You can't experience this thrill, discover food, or see views like this by sitting at home and watching videos all day long. So, as Anthony Bourdain said, move as far as you can, as much as you can.